Hey guys, it's me again. I've got actually finally snapped a clutch cable I've had for many years. So I figured I'd just do a quick video on how to install clutch cable. I mean, it's not a huge thing. The only hard part is connecting it to the actuator down at the cases, but I thought I'd just go through the other stuff just for fun here. Basically, what do you want to make sure when you get your new cable? You want to lube it up, and you want to make sure that your middle adjustment is screwed all the way in, so you have the most available cable there. And boy, they sure did a job on that guy. Seems to work okay though. But just going to do a quickie here. Basically, when removing your cable, you want to make sure your adjuster is screwed all the way in as far as they'll go, so they'll line up, so you can just pop this out of the lever, and you can slip that off. If you can get it lined up with one hand. That's the hard part. Come on. There we go. Okay. And then again, make sure everything's screwed in to get your maximum slack in there so you can adjust it. Now, of course, this guy's broken, so it's already pulled the end right off of it, which is tough, but that's one of the things with using heavy-duty springs on in your clutch. It puts a lot more tension on these cables and they'll snap. If you're getting old, don't like to pull a clutch, there are hydraulic clutch activator systems out there now that you can convert, which are kind of cool, but I'm not that old yet. So basically we pop this off, the old cable. I'm doing this outside because I've got so many projects inside, I just don't have enough room to move around in the garage. But we'll take a look. This is the part that causes some guys trouble, because it just kind of a hassle. Let's see if I can get in here with some light. You can see there's a spring in there, but if you see there's a, let's see, I'm not sure we can see that. There we go. You can see the little metal part that the cable slips into. Now on the side you see a little hole. Now that's just a little tab that gets bent up inside, and that keeps the cable from sliding out when you're using it. So what you do basically is, when you're changing the cable, you want to get in there with a very small screwdriver and bend that down so that you can slip the cable out. That's where like guys have trouble, because they don't know exactly how that works. So, but it's kind of gooky in there, but that's really the thing that catches everybody else. There's just this tang that you bend up to hold it in and bend down to get it out. So I'll go ahead and, can't do this with the camera sitting here, so I'll go ahead and bend that out of the way so we can get the old stuff out of there and the new cable in. Okay, so now you can see I have the new cable threaded through there, and there's the clip, and I know it's probably hard to see there, but I have you can see where I have this tang where this hole is pushed down. So now all we have to do is hold the spring up, get the fitting to slide through the hole, bring it up so it sets, and then we'll take this little tab and then we'll bend it back up so the cable can't slip out again. Okay, now see, if you put all your slack in there, the spring's not going to have any tension on that cable. So you can see the cable in there hopefully, and you can see I just slid it down into the little the fitting there, and now all I have to do is bend that tab up, and that keeps the clutch cable from sliding down and out again. Okay, now that we have the cable in at the adjuster at the bottom, and we have a little tab bent up so it doesn't slide out. Now make sure you know how your cable routing is. Mine's kind of funky because of clip-ons, a lot of modified stuff and this and that. But again, make sure everything's screwed in. You lubricated the cable before you put it on. They don't seem to lubricate them anymore. I guess so they don't make a mess. But once you get the other side slid in, then I like to give it just a little bit of adjustment out, and that way so you can adjust either way, because you can do there's your two other adjustments. As you can see, I have a lot of play in there. There's a very fine adjustment at the adjuster down here. A lot of guys don't realize that either. They've never changed something out. But you can see there's a screw and a nut there. And just look in your manuals, your factory manual, about how to do that. It's a procedure in itself. A lot of guys don't realize that you just can't adjust it up at the handle when you're doing something like this, or putting a motor back together. So make sure you get this. This needs to be adjusted first and properly before you can do the rest of it. So I've got the cable on and in this way. I've got the top. Got the top put in, screwed out just a bit. Come over here, and basically what you want to do is just, here's your adjuster here between the two. They're both 12s, the little one's a 10. And what you want to do is just screw this out until you just get a few millimeters of play on this. And see, I haven't adjusted it yet, there's just nothing there. But you want to adjust it so there's just a few millimeters, and before you actually get a clutch action there. So that's what you want to look at. And then you've got a little bit of room here to adjust either way. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not real difficult. Like I said, the main thing is how to get it out of the actuating mechanism down there. So that's it. Pretty simple. I mean, if it's stock, it's pretty much the same. You just want to make sure you know how your routing went on your cable before you take it out, because if you get it routed wrong, it just becomes a mess trying to figure that out. So just kind of remember, either take pictures or remember how the cable was. And basically that's just changing the clutch cable. Hope you guys like.